Have you ever wondered why Jewish people, a nation living right next to the sea, with a long coastline and an abundant source of seafood, say no to delicacies like shrimp, crab, and squid? Is it for health reasons, or simply a matter of personal preference, or is there a deeper story behind this seemingly small detail, a story of faith, identity, and an entire legal system that has lasted for thousands of years? In today's video, we're going to explore the mystery of why Jewish people don't eat seafood, not just through logic, but also through the lens of culture and religion. Get ready, because the answer might change the way you look at an entire culture. Imagine you're sitting at a seaside seafood restaurant with a plate of shrimp, crab, or oysters in front of you, ready to dig in, but if you invited an observant Jewish person to join you, they would politely decline, no matter how tempting the dish is. Why is that? Are they allergic to seafood, or is it for health reasons? Or is there a deeper story behind this? Here's something even more interesting. Israel, the homeland of the Jewish people, has a coastline over 270 kilometers long along the Mediterranean, teeming with seafood. So why would a people living right next to the sea say no to delicious dishes like shrimp, crab, and squid? To understand why Jewish people don't eat shrimp, crab, or squid, we need to begin with the concept of kosher. The word kosher in Hebrew means fit or permitted. It's part of a dietary code written in the Torah, the most sacred text in Judaism. Think of it as a rulebook for Jewish life. Now imagine living 3,000 years ago, a time with no Google, no doctors, and no refrigerators. How would you know what's safe to eat and what's not? The Jewish scriptures served as a survival guide, offering detailed rules about food, but this isn't just about eating. It's a way for Jewish people to express their faith, preserve their identity, and live distinctly from the surrounding nations. When it comes to seafood, the Torah is very clear: only creatures from the water that have fins and scales may be eaten. That means fish like salmon and mackerel, which have both, are okay. But shrimp, crab, even lobster, which are shellfish, and squid, clams, oysters, which are mollusks and have neither fins nor scales, are completely forbidden. For example, if you're walking through a seafood market in Tel Aviv, Israel, the stalls may be full of fresh shrimp, crab, and squid. But observant Jewish shoppers will only pick fish with scales. This may sound odd, considering Israel has a vast sea and rich marine life, but Jewish dietary laws have shaped eating habits for thousands of years. So why did they choose fins and scales as the criteria? Does God just like fish with fins and scales? Or is there a deeper reason? We'll explore that in detail shortly. But first, remember this: kosher laws are not just about food, they're about faith, identity, and discipline. For Jewish people, every meal is an opportunity to live according to their covenant with God. The biggest reason, both simple and profound, is because God commanded it. In Judaism, the Torah is not just a book. It's a sacred covenant between the Jewish people and God. If the Torah says, "Do not eat shrimp," that's not a suggestion, it's law. Following that law is how they show obedience, loyalty, and commitment to their faith. The Jewish people have endured thousands of years of exile, from ancient Egypt, Babylon, to medieval Europe. And through World War II, during the hardest times, kosher laws helped them preserve their identity. No matter where they lived, they knew they were Jews, because they didn't eat what others ate, like shrimp or crab. For example, today in Israel, you'll see Orthodox Jewish families in cities like Jerusalem or Haifa preparing dinner using only kosher fish, even though the sea full of seafood is right nearby. It's not that they dislike shrimp. It's because they want to live by their ancestors' teachings. Many modern people believe kosher laws were made for health reasons. But think about it, 3,000 years ago, there were no fridges or food safety standards. Shellfish like oysters, clams, or shrimp spoil easily and can carry bacteria or toxins if not handled properly. Eating raw seafood could lead to poisoning, even death. So, did God give kosher laws to protect the health of the Jewish people? It's an interesting theory, but it's not the main reason. Jewish scholars emphasize that kosher is about faith, not science. If it were only about health, why doesn't the Torah ban poisonous mushrooms or other dangerous foods? Even today, with modern refrigeration and food safety, observant Jews still won't eat shrimp or crab. In today's Israel, where the seafood industry thrives, Jewish scientists sometimes study the health benefits of kosher laws. They've found that avoiding non-scaled seafood may have reduced allergy risks or toxins in ancient times, but they agree, the main reason is religious, not medical. Take lobster as an example. Lobster is considered a luxury dish in many countries. But in Israel, you'll rarely find lobster in kosher restaurants. Why? Because lobster doesn't have scales. If you walk along the beach in Tel Aviv, you might find restaurants serving lobster. But they mostly cater to tourists. An observant Jewish person would never touch that dish. To understand more fully, we need to look at the bigger picture of kosher law. Because aside from banning shrimp, crab, squid, it also bans other things, with more rules. Let's move on land, to land animals, not just seafood. Land animals must also meet Jewish criteria. Only animals that chew the cud and have split hooves may be eaten. For example, cows, goats, and sheep are permitted, but pigs, rabbits, and horses are not, because they don't meet the criteria. Pigs have split hooves, but they don't chew the cud, so they're forbidden. In Israel, you'll see dishes made from beef and lamb everywhere, but pork is absent from traditional Jewish restaurants. This is especially interesting because pigs are farmed in some areas of Israel, but mostly to serve non-Jews. Once a permitted animal is chosen, it must also be slaughtered according to strict rules. Jews have a ritual carried out by a specially trained person. The animal's throat must be swiftly cut, painlessly, and the blood fully drained, because blood is considered impure under Jewish law. Another well-known rule: no mixing meat and dairy. This is based on a line in the Torah: do not cook a young goat in its mother's milk. Jews do not eat meat, like beef or chicken, with dairy products, like milk, cheese, or butter, in the same meal. Now, let's talk about Israel, a nation with a long coastline and the Jewish homeland, rich in seafood. How do Jewish people keep kosher with so much shrimp, crab, and squid around? Even more fascinating, Israel has a booming aquaculture industry, including shrimp, crab, and squid farming. However, shrimp is mostly exported or sold to non-Orthodox markets. Meanwhile, scaled fish are the primary seafood consumed by observant Jews. This shows how Israel balances religion with economics. At this point, many might ask, it's the modern age. Why do Jews still follow these ancient laws? The answer lies in three things: faith, identity, and community. Faith. For Orthodox Jews, kosher laws are a way to live by God's command. Every meal becomes a ritual, a reminder of a sacred covenant. Identity. The Jewish people have endured thousands of years of exile. From Babylon to World War II, kosher laws helped preserve their culture wherever they were. In Israel, their homeland, kosher becomes a symbol of national unity. Community. When you eat kosher, you connect with millions of other Jews around the world. It's like a shared language, but spoken at the table. In Israel, family meals, festivals, weddings. Kosher is how communities come together. Eating kosher in today's world isn't easy, especially in places without large Jewish communities, like Vietnam. But in Israel, thanks to the popularity of this culture, it's much easier. Most supermarkets sell kosher products, clearly marked with a U in a circle or the letter K. These products are carefully inspected, from candy to soft drinks. So now we've explored the reason Jewish people don't eat shrimp, crab, squid, clams, or oysters. It's not just about likes or dislikes. It's a story of faith, of culture, and of a people's resilience through history. In Israel, where the sea offers endless seafood, kosher law remains the thread connecting Jewish people to their ancestors and to God. We hope this video helped you understand more about kosher laws and Jewish culture. If you found it interesting, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing topics. Thanks for watching this story.